Senator Wicker, I understand you wish to make a statement.
Yes, ma'am, I
Please
do, and I
proceed.
appreciate that. I had intended to attend this subcommittee hearing to talk solely about junior ROTC, but I do have to address the matter that the distinguished ranking member of the subcommittee just raised, and that is the submitted statement by the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. I do hope that this statement is not a reflection of the department's priorities, because if it is, I'm very concerned. We have a military recruiting problem, as the chair mentioned, as the ranking member mentioned. It should be at the top of our list. And yet this statement of some 26 pages, let me make sure I've got it right, some 26 pages, does not get to recruiting until page 20 of the statement. Instead, topics like abortion and diversity, equity, and inclusion are addressed in those first 20 pages. I don't understand why the department feels that is necessary to change the culture of the military by, quote, inculcating diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, DEIA, principles across the department efforts. As a veteran, as a ROTC commissioned officer, as a former member of the Air Force Reserve, I can tell you the United States military has been decades ahead of the rest of our society in inclusion. And I've said publicly many times, the United States military is the greatest civil rights program in the history of the world, and I'm proud that they've been ahead of our society on that. When some of my colleagues criticize the department for misplaced priorities, Mr. Secretary, I think that's what this concern that I have and the ranking member has are what they're talking about. Now, with regard to junior ROTC, in my home state of Mississippi, the program is a pillar in the development of future leaders. Over the years, I've passed legislation to expand the number of JROTC units as a part of the NDAA, increase funding for the program, and grow the population of veterans who are eligible to be junior ROTC instructors. Junior ROTC helps our nation's high schoolers reach more of their full potential to become successful citizens. A RAND report, a RAND Corporation report found, and I quote, "There is consensus that JROTC participation has both academic and non-academic benefits for students," unquote. According to this very comprehensive and scholarly report, most of these benefits go to economically disadvantaged schools and the students of those schools. In addition to these benefits, the report noted that JROTC provides, quote, volunteer opportunities that allow students to benefit the larger community, unquote. In my conversations with superintendents, principals, and parents, when I ask if you would like to have junior ROTC in your school, I've never run into a superintendent or a principal that said other than, yes, I very much am glad we have junior ROTC, or I would like to have a junior ROTC program. This moment presents us with an opportunity to address a claim in recent news articles about JROTC. This reporting suggests that JROTC instructors commit sexual misconduct at much higher rates than civilian teachers. I very much doubt that assertion. There's simply no data available to support that. Sexual misconduct towards students is never acceptable, and the JROTC program understands this. In every instance of misconduct involving JROTC, the military immediately suspended the instructor. But I will also say this to my fellow senators. Junior ROTC makes an easy target in this area because the Department of Defense is a central repository of information and is subject to strict oversight. So there's a lot of information about JROTC. On the other hand, the information in public school systems is diffuse, since the systems are large, sprawling, and decentralized. We know school districts often do not publicly disclose cases of teacher sexual misconduct. That's just a fact. It is such a problem that last year the Department of Education released a report on the issue and found only 20 states have laws on the books that prohibit suppressing information regarding school employee sexual misconduct. And so we don't get all the facts, but no one would suggest that we do away with public schools simply because there is some misconduct on the part of a very few members of the faculty. If anything, there is every reason to believe that junior ROTC is a safer environment than others for our future leaders. Junior ROTC instructors receive twice the screening of a normal teacher before they enter the classroom, both from the military and the school district. Given this extra scrutiny, I'm highly skeptical of the idea that JROTC instructors are more likely to commit misconduct. Congress should be mindful of the highly positive impact of junior ROTC. In fact, it is celebrated on both sides of the aisle. On this committee, my colleague from Massachusetts, Senator Warren, is to be thanked for raising this issue and has taken a substantive and helpful interest in JROTC. And so as she re-enters the room, I thank her for that. I will carry our shared work forward by introducing additional legislation this year that would further expand junior ROTC to the hundreds of schools currently on the waiting list for a program. I hope to have many partners in this effort, and I look forward to working with Senator Warren and the ranking member, Senator Scott, as we approach this year's NDAA. Thank you, Madam Chair.